Hi, I'm Chris from CPT Fencing Garden Maintenance. I run a small gardening business. One of the jobs that I do carry out is I carry out hedge trimming, and I've always used the mitox tool for a long time, since it pretty much started. And one of the tools I've got is a 28MT, mitox 28MT. It's a long reach hedge trimmer. When you buy it, it comes with a hedge trimmer attachment, comes with a strimmer attachment, chainsaw bit, and it also comes with an extension bar. However, one of the things that I've noticed with this kit is there's a little bit of a weakness to do with the part that basically allows you to make the adjustment of the angle of the hedge trimmer, which I'll show you. So this is one that I've not modified, just here. So here it is. So basically what happens with these is I've noticed that this particular bit just here is a little bit of a weakness, and what happens over time is, if I can show you, there it is. This is what happens here. This little plate round here, it kind of breaks like it's done there. So when you're using it, it stays in, but it basically makes it extremely wobbly. I don't know if you can see that, like that. That's locked and it's wobbly and it floats and it's no good. So what I've done is I've made a little modification. This is my original one, so you can see what it's like, which is there, and I'll show you a comparison in a minute. But tools you're going to want to need, you are going to need a T20 Torx unit, Torx Allen key, which is one of these. You're going to need an angle grinder, and you're also going to need a drill bit with a 5mm drill on it. And I'm going to show you how to modify it so you don't end up with this problem. Okay, so first thing is, using your Allen key, is you're going to undo these two here, which I've already done. Then this will come out. This will come out here. That comes off, and you've got this spring, and then this comes off here, like that. There you go. Right, so this is the point with this. Here you go. So I don't know if you can see this properly, but on here it's this little pin. That's the bit that locks. Now in my opinion it doesn't go far enough in, and because it's got that little chamfer on it, it basically it causes it to wear out a bit too much. You can actually buy this ring here. You can buy it separately, and if you're going to buy that, basically you undo this nut just here, which you're going to need that one. That's a T30 Torx, I think, from memory. But basically you take the split pin out, put your Allen key on there, undo it from there, and put a nut on that, and basically the whole thing comes apart. And then there's two bolts there. Again, they're T20s. There's one there, and there's also one underneath just here. You take that off, and then basically you can replace that ring. However, I've done it 2 or 3 times now, and it doesn't seem to really be effective, and I keep replacing them. So I've modified this one. So here we go. What we've done is, you can see that there roughly. You can see where I've attacked it with an angle grinder. Basically I've just shouldered it. I've taken about 10mm off where that is there, just to give it a bit of clearance. And then you're also going to need to angle grind this section here. You want to take about 5mm roughly off of this here. Might be 4 or 5mm. You might have to put it together, take it apart to gauge it. But this is basically what you need to cut. Cut it down through there, and then cut it across down through that way there. Relatively quite close to this piece here, but you can see roughly there how far I've gone. I've left about 2mm or so on that bit there. Once you've done that, you can then go ahead and you can drill through each one of these. Yeah, so you can see now what I've done is I've drilled through. I'll show you in comparison to the other one. That's the original one. As you can see, it locks and it wears, and you can see now what I've actually done is I've drilled through each one of those all the way around. So now, even with the fact that this has got that little metal ring and it's got a piece missing, it now drills in. I think I've got to go through at some point and drill these slightly deeper, these ones here, but I have drilled them into the main housing and I've cleared it all the way around. So now, when the shoulder goes on, what I'll do is I'll just reassemble it, and now you can see what I've done. Okay, so I've just retightened those backs up. Just remember, T20 Torx. Now you can see when I do this how much further that pin now goes through. compared to this one of the same equivalent. Literally, so that's the original one and that's now the modified one. It's given it a lot more clearance. It's going to take a lot longer for that to wear out, and even if these do wear out slightly, the original rings, which it's less likely to, it's still going to last a lot longer, and it's more sturdy and it doesn't flop around anymore. So that's a little modification I noticed to do on these. Now, the 28MT, been using it for a long time, being in the gardening trade. Basically this hedge trimmer has been used so much, and I've had it now for about 2.5 years. It's still running. It's done a lot of hours over the last few years. It runs well, it still starts up easily, but that is literally just the only really fault I can really pick up on the whole hedge trimmer system, is that little ring where it locks in. I'm hoping that this video finds somebody else might find this video useful, and you never know, might even do the same modification that I've done. It's a good idea, it's worked. I've just done another big hedge job with it just now, cutting some quite thick bits of it, probably overusing it a bit too much. And it has worked, and it doesn't flop, and it locates, and it doesn't rotate out of it, and I'm quite happy with what I've done. So if you want to know any more information on what I've done, feel free to just drop a message onto the video, and I'll do my best to try and answer it. Thank you very much.